If you could binge watch 100 episodes of any show, what would it be?
Gossip Girl.
The Office.
Parks and Rec.
Man, I was very excited to do this podcast. That answer just went so many different directions. No, see, not get into that. Well, let's get into it.
100 episodes straight. You guys would do that?
Yeah,
The
I told you
Office?
guys, right? I just started watching The Office.
And you think
yeah.
you could watch 100?
Yeah, I think that's the easiest show to binge watch.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, a lot of my friends will watch The Office all the time, like religiously, and rewatch it. And when I walk into an episode, I don't really, I guess I don't get the context enough to understand why it's funny. But I recently started watching it from the beginning, and it's so funny.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, is Parks and Rec really that funny? Because I have the same thing with that, except even worse.
It's The Office, but like a little crazier. Like it's less realistic.
It just
okay.
So and like the archetypes are different, but like they still have good archetypes on there. So it's like more crazier. So I think what I did was much better than if you ever plan on watching it. If you like that style, like I went from Parks and Rec to The Office, and people say The Office is better, but Parks and Rec is still a good enough show to watch.
Oh, so it would be a downgrade for me, pretty much.
Pretty much, but I would check it out because Aziz Ansari is like pretty funny on
think he's
that.
that funny.
And then,
But he's funny. Do
in
you
that
find
show.
it funny regularly?
he's all right. But yeah,
Okay. 'Cause I don't
Gossip
find
Girl, 100 episodes straight.
I've
Even though
never
you've
seen that
seen it
show.
before.
the only reason I said it is because that's the only show that I've seen all the way through outside of 90210, and those that's it. And I've loved the show all the way through.
So you could watch it again.
I don't know if I could watch it again.
Because I feel like that's a very like story-driven
Yeah,
show.
and I really enjoy, and I can't watch anything for a long period of time. Like I really have no attention span. But the fact that I watched
Is it like a drama where?
it's just so exciting, and like they constantly have like big things, like very dramatic.
Like someone cheated.
Yeah, like stuff like that. But then also
Sounds like a toxic show.
I'm a toxic person. And so
You heard it here, live and from the source itself.
No, but also I started watching The Last OG on Netflix, and they only
What
have
the heck is that?
The Last OG has Tiffany Haddish.
It's like the randomest name for a show, The Last OG.
Yeah, and they only have 2 seasons so far, but if they did have 100 episodes, I could definitely watch that show. I can't rewatch
You
anything.
can't just name
though.
a show The Last OG.
Why?
Oh wait, you just said you can't rewatch any show, but you
or
chose
movies.
Gossip Girl.
If I had to choose something to
Okay.
rewatch, it'd be Gossip Girl. But the thing is, even when it comes to movies or shows, I cannot rewatch.
We used to rewatch shows all the time when we were little, like because we didn't have a choice.
Oh yeah.
I would only rewatch
like
Lizzie McGuire.
Drake and Josh.
Oh, I could rewatch
That.
that. Ooh, that would be good.
Lizzie McGuire.
a lot of shows.
Yeah.
That was good.
Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to an episode of Strange Flavors. My name is Shimmer.
I'm FARAS.
My name is Amber.
And this is brought to you by Alif Theory. You can find us on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And you can listen to us everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, and,
Yes.
and SoundCloud.
There we go.
Almost forgot that one. And if you want to send us your music or cool stories or questions, strangeflavorspodcast@gmail.com.
Gamil.
We are on 100th episode.
Hello. Woo. Yes.
We made it, guys.
That's
We
crazy.
did.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I will shake your
Congratulations.
hand.
Does it feel like 100?
Congratulations.
Wow.
Congratulations.
There we
Well, it's
go.
not 100 for you. It's 100 for me. So
Well,
it's
it's like
really a
what,
celebration
80, 82.
of me.
This is really just a celebration.
Yeah. So it's 82 for like us or something.
Yay.
80
Congrats,
something.
Am I
we made
am
it
I
to
a
it.
Michael?
What?
Am I a Michael? I feel like I just put a
Like
Michael
from The
right
Office?
Oh my god. Are you just going to start making references that like a huge chunk of people won't
there. No,
understand?
first I was excited, but then I just kind of was like, wait, am I that? When I said like, well,
Is
this
he
is not
the-
a
is he
celebration of you
the-
guys, it's a celebration of me because I'm on 100th episode. I'm not a Mike. I'm not a
maybe
Mike.
your
Not a
humor
Mike.
is changing to office humor.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
But does it feel
Which
like
I
100?
don't like their humor.
Does it? We're not talking about that anymore.
It's dry.
We're talking about 100
It's
episodes.
dry. I'm just
Um,
saying. It's dry.
You know, does it feel like 100 episodes? Yeah. But it feels like it's the perfect time. I think in the beginning, we were like, oh, this is going to come really quickly. And everything that happened in between and, you know, the breaks we took and then came back to this consistent, you know, releasing every Monday.
Yeah.
It feels really good to reach 100 at this point in our lives. Like 2020, January.
Yeah.
Here we are, 100 episodes, and it feels like
Hello.
we're just kind of beginning.
Yeah.
To me,
I like it.
What do you think?
I'm glad.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it. That's all I have to say. Because it
No
feels
depth.
like we haven't been here for 100 podcasts, but it feels like we've been here for 1,000. No, I'm just kidding. But
You
no,
guys came in what?
I don't know, 30 something.
30,
20 or 30? Yeah.
Something like that.
But so pretty much it's like
We should have had
you
the
know,
OG cast here today with us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That would have
Well,
been.
thanks for.
Well, they're coming in.
Thanks for the-
Spoiler.
Thanks for suggesting it.
No,
like,
shout
this
out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Danielle,
started
Brandon,
it. They're much better than us.
Richard.
Yeah.
And we can't live up to
No,
their
they were
name,
awesome. But no, this is awesome to reach 100 now. What about you? What do you think? Does it feel like 100?
I mean, I think just the way, like, I just don't look back too often.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just like, oh, it's just like a number, 100, you know? I'm just like looking forward.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it doesn't feel like 100 to me. It just feels like, you know, I just can't remember, like, you know, when we first started. It seems like long ago, but at the same time, it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like we did like 80 episodes, you know, just,
Yeah.
we're just talking.
We've been in Amber's apartment.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then
That was a lot of fun, podcast and outside the podcast for us. I think that the three of us, that was
like
a lot
creatively
of fun.
we were really thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it felt like okay, this
we were
is
like
something
on our own, kind of. It felt.
Yeah.
What did you say? Did you see that?
I didn't see how he said it. Why? Oh no.
He's like,
Oh my god. He said we were on our own.
no.
No, I said it different.
He said-
Okay, are you gonna describe it or not? Come on.
People are probably clicking like 10 seconds back right now.
10 people
he said
left the
it
podcast
felt like
right now.
it felt like we were on our own.
Okay.
On our own.
We were, but he was like shaking. It was like a
I
little
was
kid.
not
I was
shaking.
Like, we were on our own.
I thought it was like a
Such an
There was
inside-
nobody there.
It was like a surfer, dude.
You had to be there.
On our own.
Like the turtle from
crying.
Nemo.
Well, let's take it back though. Let's.
Yo, he's crying for what I said and not the 100 episode podcast. That's what makes it more emotional.
I have to say, out of all the 100 episodes, my favorite moments are when SHAH-AMEER says something that I just like. I think I'm trying to remember. There was one podcast where I think you said something and the guest was talking.
I made a noise. I think I made a noise, yeah. And I still don't know what the noise is. I still don't know what the
What did
noise
it
is.
sound
I
like?
made a noise and the guest was talking and I am dying. I was like, what was that?
Well, SHAH-AMEER, you used to make a lot of weird noises in the
Yeah, he'd be
beginning.
like, literally, it's like stuff like that you do.
in the beginning, he did. I've always had the breathing thing.
Yeah.
What's Frost's annoying thing? Talking.
I just keep talking.
Yeah, you keep talking.
Yeah, but no, I want to take it back and like remember some cool moments. But so far, you guys have given us 50,000 listens across
Whoa.
SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everything else.
Thank
and
you.
50,000 for 100 episodes for us. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it's like that many.
That's
listens.
crazy. That's crazy.
And separately on YouTube, we have almost 50,000 views, which is really
What?
awesome.
That's insane.
On the video podcast, which is just incredible. You rated us 5 out of 5 stars on Apple Podcasts with 65 ratings and reviews, which again, like we appreciate that so much. And if you haven't done that yet, please go ahead and do so. And I want to go ahead and let Amber read the latest review just to
Because we appreciate it. And
Yeah.
if you also
Just to
want
show
to
our
leave a
appreciation.
review, maybe we can read it
Yeah,
in the future.
Yeah. Leave like cool, interesting, creative reviews. You know? What?
I can't click on the thing.
Here.
Here, you figure it out. While she figures that out, this was funny. We were looking at the statistics of like our Anchor app and all the
Apple Podcasts. and
demographics
everything.
and
Yeah.
stuff it says on there. And it says one of the demographics is like our listeners in the universe, and it lists out all the planets. And we had 100% on Earth.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I was
Thank you.
disappointed.
Shout out Earth.
I was disappointed.
Shout out.
Yeah.
For real,
Shout
shout out
out
Earth.
Shout out Earth. But
All of our listeners are so
Yeah.
loyal from Earth.
yeah, like screw Mercury.
Wait,
screw
but
We had
Venus.
think-
0 listeners from Mercury
Yeah, what
or
the heck?
Mars.
No, wait, but I have a serious question. Do you think that if you were like traveling, that it would actually take that into
No.
account? Like if
There's
it's
no
like,
internet there.
No, this has satellite.
No, there's no internet there.
But
Bro,
don't-
we barely get like good internet here right now. Like you
No,
expect
no,
that in
but how do they send
Venus?
back pictures?
They send it through like
Satellite.
Not
No, they send
satellite,
it,
but not via internet.
But like, wouldn't it be able to like track where is this listen coming from? Oh, from
This
Mars.
is a question for Elon Musk.
Because I want to see like 1% of listeners from Mars.
Let's just throw our phones so high up, hopefully, like while it's playing the podcast.
Anyways, okay, so out of
Well,
the
it's
100%
playing
on
launch it
Earth,
up.
Yeah.
we have people, you guys, from US, from Canada, from the UK,
Okay.
from Australia, from France, from Italy, and
From
from Pakistan.
Australia.
These are just
Shout
the
out.
top 7 countries that showed up, and
That's
we
so cool.
appreciate the diversity there. And I want to shout out some of the top states and the top cities. So we have Maryland as actually being the top state, which is awesome.
Okay,
Gang.
hometown.
Hometown.
I mean, home
Home
state.
Baltimore and all the places.
Let's go,
Bel
Baltimore.
Air. We have Texas. A lot of people from Houston and other parts. The Dallas area. We have people from California.
Okay, no, like shout out Houston.
Yeah, shout out
Like
Houston.
shout out
Big
Houston.
portion.
That was a lot of our listeners from Texas were from
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah.
A lot of people from Houston. Shout out to you. California, New York, and Florida. And then the top cities around the world: Toronto,
Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh.
London,
Okay.
all the different parts of South Wales and Victoria,
Yes.
Aussie lands,
Gang.
Paris.
So romantic.
And then the
Swag.
places in Pakistan, this was cool. It's very diverse. We have mostly people from Punjab, but other places as well. So we have Lahore, Rawalpindi, Karachi,
Okay.
Islamabad,
All right.
and I think we have one person listening from Azad Kashmir.
Thank you, cousin.
Yeah. You're
That's your cousin?
You're not doing enough
Probably.
marketing, Amber.
In Azad Kashmir.
Yeah.
Honestly, leave them alone. They don't even have internet. They're trying over there.
Listen, if we can get the stats from Mars and Mercury, then you can get your people together over there in Kashmir.
Okay,
Yeah.
but listen, Azad Kashmir is more loyal than Mercury.
That's true.
That's not saying much.
That's not
We've had 65 guests across the 100 episodes that we've had on, and we appreciate every single one of them.
That's insane. Just like think about that. We had
Yeah.
65 different people share their stories.
Imagine 65 people in this room right now.
That'd be a really hot room.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about doing this podcast is that we get to meet like unique people through it.
And
Yeah.
connect with them. Like there's so many people we've had on the podcast that like I've either followed on social media or anything, and like they just, you know, sometimes I'll just be really proud of them. Like Julie, for example, who was aspiring to be a model, did her thing, and now she works with American Eagle. She's like living her dream, and I
She's
feel
in
like
magazines.
Like-
New York Times, New York's Times Square.
Times Square. Yeah, she was
New
on
York
the.
Square.
She was on like
The
a
billboard,
New York Times
yeah.
Square.
and we got her
screens and everything.
before she blew up, and that's so cool to me.
We
Yeah.
got a few people before they blew up
Yeah.
on here and
For sure.
afterwards.
And afterwards. Yeah.
Which I want to shout out to some of those people because of the top rated episodes that you guys love. The number one most viewed one on YouTube was actually "Can I Get a Sausage and Mushroom Pizza,"
That's so
which
funny.
featured Dominic Zaleski. He
Yeah.
was awesome. He
Yeah.
came on.
He was
after,
like the meme dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it was cool, kind of like exploring what that is like when somebody goes viral for one of their things, what goes on during the process, and how annoying it must be, you know, getting people who run into you and constantly ask for that one thing over and over. So he told us, you know, the people that reached out to him, those big social sites, and like the process of like, you know, him trying to get his other work out there
Yeah.
while struggling to sort of just be this meme. And, you know, that was an incredible story. So we shout out to Dom. Another one was "She Went into Labor in My Classroom," which featured Mr. O from
Oh snap!
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
That
which-
was so cool. We
That
got
was-
him after he went on Ellen.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like a news story that broke out. It was this guy who is helping out people from Baltimore.
Which,
in-
you know, shout out to people, teachers in Baltimore in general, because,
Yeah.
you know, you obviously put a lot of time and effort, and we could really hear from his story especially
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, a lot of his own effort, time, money, everything goes into it. Just to really make sure his students are safe, you know, that their home environments are okay, but also trying to get them on track with their education.
Yeah,
So you give us a good insight into that.
The Teach for America teachers especially, because he was coming from California. You know, he mentioned that he had this privileged background. He came here and then he has to combat that and
Yeah.
and like, you know, work with how the system is set up to break them out. And it was awesome because, again, like, this was a news story that broke out. He was on Ellen, and I was watching that episode, and it was incredible. We were sharing it, and then we just thought, hey, like let's try to have him on the podcast. He came on, and it was so awesome that, like,
He's such a nice, humble dude.
Nice guy.
and again, like, another cool thing that we have the honor of doing on this podcast is going into depth.
Yeah.
Because when you have shows like Ellen and these
It's,
little
like, very
viral
quick.
moments, they're quick. They have to say what they have to say.
Yeah.
Get this sort of little thing out there. And again, he took us behind the scenes of how all of that went down and what the
He
reality
didn't expect
is.
to go on stage till they called him up.
Yeah.
And that was interesting to know.
And the thing is, like, you know, what happens after you go on Ellen?
Yeah.
People don't know that. And he's still there doing his thing. The fame and everything washes out. And then, you know,
still
you realize
doing the
that these
work.
people are really heroes.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mr. O. And we ran into him at Shake Shack, I think,
Yeah,
a little
that was
while
so
after
fun.
that. That was awesome. Another one that we had that you guys loved was the questions Muslims don't talk about, which featured Mufti Saad. That was a really cool
That was
episode.
a Ramadan special.
Yeah. A lot of people had like so many questions they wanted answered, like Muslims, non-Muslims, and so hopefully they got them answered. But we asked a lot.
Yeah,
and he knew a lot.
And that was awesome that we were able to talk about the things, again, like,
Yeah.
the title speaks for itself, but a lot of communities don't speak about the things that we were able to. We kept everything anonymous, and it was interesting to see what was on people's minds, and the acceptance and non judgmental atmosphere that Mufti Saad set was awesome, because we were actually able to ask him all the questions that came in,
Right.
Yeah.
and he took them like a champ. And, you know, he said, you know what, this is the reality. This is what the Muslim youth is thinking. Let's address it. And so we appreciate Mufti Saad for doing that.
Yeah.
And then another guest, which actually brought SHAH-AMEER on
As
after
a
being a guest, as a co-host,
guest co-host.
that you guys really liked a lot, was the Pakistani Playboy, which featured our friend Labib Yasser.
Yeah.
And you remember how that went down, right?
Yeah, I think Labib was coming to Pennsylvania because he's from LA. And he was like, yo, I'm going to be in Pennsylvania, come through. And then Frost was like, yo, let's do a podcast. And I was like, yo, I'm down because I've never...
And y'all like hauled all the podcast equipment then too, because we had a big setup back then.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So we put all the stands and everything in the car, drove to 3 or 4 hours, 2 or 3
Yeah, 3 hours, I think.
something like that. And then in his hotel room that he was staying at, and we just did a podcast there.
That's
And
so
it was like a
cool.
storm going on outside.
Yeah.
We met him. It was awesome. And it was like such a natural podcast. And it was actually one of the first ones, and I didn't like have to edit it at all, which felt really good because it was organic.
Yeah.
It felt authentic, and that kind of set the mood for going in the future. Like, hey, we should do it like this.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
be prepared.
Yeah, and that was like our first time meeting him too.
Yeah.
So the fact that it was just so natural, it was like cool.
And you know, of course, my favorite part about it was Labib's story, which really,
inspiring.
it was inspiring and motivational, and it was just him.
It was cool getting an insight after just knowing him like from the internet.
Yeah.
Like from Fine Brothers React in his channel, and then actually hearing his story was really cool.
Yeah, you know, like being a teen, getting that like viral fame from the internet, and then
The fat to skinny.
struggling with his weight loss and the
Right.
his mental health behind that.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to check that one out, or any of these, you know, I mentioned the titles, but all of the guests have been super interesting. And of course, you guys have encouraged us to continue on with the Strange Exchanges, where we don't have a guest and we talk to each other about things that you want to talk about, and your
And
favorite
us.
and us and our lives, and your favorite episode out of those were worst dating stories.
Which is so funny because like that was actually like a really fun episode too, because we, as like the three of us as friends and working together, like we don't even share that type of stuff with each other,
We shared it live for the first time, like,
and
on
we
the
shared
podcast.
that type of information live, and it was like fun. And also I didn't even know any of your guys' stories, and I don't think you guys knew mine, so that was fun, and that was actually requested.
That was one of the ones we didn't know about you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, it's great that you guys you guys want to know about, you know, the horrible things that happen in our lives. So that's great.
Thank
Before
you so
we move
much.
on, I wanted to read the review really quickly.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
This is by Nazdia. She put this up the other day. She said this is the best podcast. She wrote, "This podcast is literally the only podcast I will listen to. I love it. Clown face heart emoji."
Clown face.
Wow.
Which honestly, mood, and I like that, and I love you. That was good, Nazdia.
That describes us.
That's
Yeah.
game.
A clown
like,
and a heart.
That's the type of like audience I prefer.
Clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like she identified this podcast with like being a clown.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys sent in a bunch of questions for us to talk about on our 100th episode. But before we do that, we have a giveaway to take care of.
Hello.
And we promised you that we would announce the winner on this episode. So we did a random selector generator thing on the internet that lets us select
Good words.
the winner of all the people that commented on the post. And we made sure and checked if this person
Put actual
follows our
follows
page
it, yeah.
and listens to our podcast
and tagged real people.
Tagged real people, and they did. And the winner is, drumroll, Amal Mansoor.
Go off, sis. Yeah.
So Amal Mansoor 1 is the winner. And Amal, all you have to do is send us a message and let us know, out of the things that were mentioned, would you like that mint chocolate chip phone case? Would you like the Neapolitan pillow? Would you like the poster with our faces on it?
Please pick the poster.
Get
Just
our
kidding.
faces.
Don't.
Or the waffle cone socks.
Cute.
So let us know, out of those 4 things, what you would like. We'll send it over to you absolutely free, and congratulations on winning.
Congratulations.
And thank you for listening to the podcast.
And you guys sent in a bunch of questions, and I'm super excited to get into these because these are some that I haven't seen before.
Are you, Amber?
I am.
Okay.
Are you?
Who wants?
What kind of question
Why are
is
you
that?
questioning? That's the first question. Are you Amber?
No, not are you Amber. Like, are you
Are you
were like,
excited, Amber?
I'm
I
excited to
know.
get into it. I was like,
So
are you?
Why wouldn't I be?
Yeah.
Why are you
wouldn't
questioning
be?
me?
I don't know.
He's trying to
Why are you
create tension for the episode
Okay,
of the
okay,
podcast.
okay. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to start?
Me.
Go.
Okay. If you were the opposite.
You have to say who it's by unless they say anonymous.
Okay. So this is by Ronapono Slime, our fan page. Hello, shout out.
Shut up.
They actually put a lot of effort into that, so go you. If you were the opposite gender, what would you do that you didn't as you were before? Pee standing up.
That's it.
I mean, that's
That's a
the
good
first.
one.
You
that's
can do that now.
No, you cannot.
I mean, you can.
No, you
You
cannot.
just don't.
No, you literally cannot.
But that's it.
I
That's
mean,
what you would do.
I mean, that's the first thing
This is hard.
that you didn't do before. Like, what else can I don't know? Catcall somebody? What else do you guys do?
I would walk into a bar, into a club, be a slut.
Oh my god.
I just want to see the attention
Yeah.
that I would get
Aw,
as a
that's
girl.
so dark.
That's dark.
You don't
Right.
get attention right now.
He literally gets
No, not like that. No. I'm
It
saying I
wouldn't
want
be
to
like as a girl.
experience like,
Okay, I know.
but also like play with dudes.
Yeah, like their emotions.
Yeah, not physically.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Their emotions. Playing with their
Whoa,
emotions.
what the heck, Amber?
Yeah, no, that would be fun. I'd like flirt with them, tease them, and then I'd just be like,
Bye.
Yeah.
you can't have. So you do that,
No.
Amber?
No. You know what's
You said
the worst?
it's fun.
I mean, it is fun to like.
She does it.
No, the worst is like when somebody like says something and you're being nice back, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we should meet up," and then you have to like block them or like not talk to them ever again.
What would you
Yeah.
do, Shamir?
See, I want to go into Victoria's Secret and find out the secret of Victoria's Secret.
Wow.
Yeah,
I feel like that's like a middle school
Now,
goal.
what would you actually do?
that.
Play with your titties.
What the Amber?
It's supposed to be like a clean, fun 100th episode.
Okay, emotionally play with guys.
Right.
Right here.
Yeah, but
You're
that's not what I
Mr.
would actually
Toxic.
do.
What would you actually do? What the heck? You were questioning me. What would you actually
would
do?
you actually
And then you wouldn't actually
Next
do that?
question.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I want to
Okay.
know.
Next question.
All right. Any tips on if you're dating a white guy?
Don't do it.
Thoughts on interracial couples? Brown girl x white boy.
Just kidding.
Wait, so our thoughts on dating a white guy?
Tips on
Tips.
dating. Like,
Tips on dating a white
Oh,
person.
tips.
Interracial dating.
yeah.
Tips on interracial dating.
Okay, so
I feel like we shouldn't have said her name for that one, but it's cool.
She didn't say not to say her name.
But it's
let's just not say it.
Yeah,
Cut it
let's-
out.
it's cool. Anyways,
Okay.
let's answer this.
I mean, her name's not that. Her name's something else.
Her name
Okay.
isn't.
Any tips, Amber, for dating a white guy?
Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding.
That's rude.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's cultured. He respects.
He's
you.
cultured?
Yeah.
All right.
We don't know that. Just tips in general.
Well,
what to
then she would
expect.
answer.
Then she would answer. If he was cultured, make sure that he's going to respect you and your family values and your values in general.
No holding hands in public.
Also respect the like expectations that your family have of you being with somebody, whether they were brown or white. Like, don't zyada na karna. Like don't do the most.
Yeah, and make sure they know, like, okay, if there's an uncle in public, there needs to be like a code word to like
to split.
Yeah. And make sure he knows that. You need to teach him that.
Don't you already know what the rule is? 5 steps behind.
So your guys'
hello?
tips are like adapt to our culture.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I feel like it's not hard to adapt to theirs.
Like, we've grown up in theirs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking what you guys are getting at.
What's your tips?
You have any tips for us?
I don't have any tips. It's just like go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
See what happens. Make sure you like the person.
See, our culture is so difficult. I don't think you can go with the flow.
So you're,
I'm gonna be honest.
I think you should coach him on what it means to be a brown girl, and like there are gonna be some things that he's gonna have to.
Yeah,
deal
but
with.
they don't have to like. If that's what she wants, okay, then she can like let him know, like, hey, I need you to be, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Respectful and adapted to my culture.
Shoes off in the house. Shoes off in the house.
Okay, hold on. But if she just wants to date a white guy, period, then
She wants tips.
yeah,
then she wouldn't ask
didn't
this.
say he has to do stuff in my culture. The main thing
She
should
wants
be
tips. She on interracial dating and on brown girl specifically with white boy.
Yeah.
Brown girl ex white boy.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make this general. It's not general for us.
Yeah, but you don't. She might want to not.
Bro, she doesn't.
Why are you creating boundaries for her? She asked us a question. We're answering.
You
Also-
guys are creating boundaries.
No. Okay,
you're
look,
like
look.
stay in your culture. Don't.
Bro,
Stay in your lane.
make him
I'm just
come into
kidding.
the
She gets
culture.
on this podcast, right? She asks, okay, what do I do? Any tips? And you're just like, go with the flow. That's not what she wants to
That's
hear.
literally not what she wants to
I would
hear.
have to ask her, like, you know, what are you?
But go with information provided for us. Why are you being...
Yeah, but you
Go
guys
with
are
the
just
flow.
boxing her in.
We're not boxing her.
Okay, I'm gonna read the next question because you guys don't know.
Okay. then
Go
do
with
it.
the flow.
Such a
Okay,
bad
this comes from
answer.
Polo Man, who was our last guest. Shout out
Happy
to
birthday.
Hadi. Oh, happy birthday!
Happy
Hadi.
birthday, Hadi.
He said, "Who would win in a fist fight? Hitler versus Tom Cruise?"
What Hitler?
Tom Cruise
wasn't
does
a
all
fighter,
his
right?
own stunts.
Wasn't Hitler just like having other people do stuff
Yeah,
for him? It's
he
not
was a
like
general.
he was physically fit.
No, well, I think he was a soldier in the army, so before he was a general. Because you have to work up the ranks,
Okay,
right?
I don't
you can't
feel
just
right
like.
saying Hitler in any situation.
But you
I'm gonna
thinking
say
that?
it.
Are you
No,
the same?
no, I don't
I think he would win in a fist fight against Tom Cruise.
Probably because he's a soldier, but Tom Cruise does all his own stunts.
So I would say him.
And
Has Tom Cruise ever been in a fight? You don't know that?
dude, have you seen all his movies? All his own stunts.
Yeah, but he's not actually fighting them; they're acting.
But is he strong?
He's also a Scientologist. They do like crazy things, so he probably like.
He also has one tooth in the front instead of 2 teeth
That's
in
yeah.
the front.
So if he gets knocked
So-
out,
Does he
only
have
one
3
tooth
buck
comes
teeth
out.
then? Does that mean he has 3 buck teeth?
It
No,
means he
he-
has one buck tooth.
One buck tooth.
Oh,
No, it's not buck though.
Buck.
It's not bucked up.
oh.
Okay.
But like that's what they're called, right?
I feel like this wasn't a fair fight though. Why are they fighting? Unless it was for a movie role.
Frost, I'm really gonna need you to stop trying to seek outside information that isn't provided.
Just go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Imagine if I was just like answered one time without any sort of analysis or deeper.
That's quite literally what you have to do.
Fine.
For this type of.
Tom.
Okay.
Tom,
Does that
Tom
like
who?
Yeah.
go just run through the questions like that?
No,
Okay?
run through 'em,
All right,
but,
let's do
you
the
know.
next one.
Oh, if you guys were to meet as strangers today, do you think that you would become friends?
No.
Ooh.
I'm just
Like if we
kidding.
ddon't know each other
I think
and we came across, would we still be friends?
I think it was our dynamic that got us to be friends, but
I think we would be. I don't know how to explain this, but I think we'd be like better, not better friends, but like we would work together faster. I don't know. You know?
No,
Like-
you're what? If we
like-
didn't work together.
No. If we met each other at the stages we are at now,
Oh, okay.
like I think we would mesh together quicker
then we did.
than we did because it took us like like kind of like a year.
It
Oh, to
did.
figure
Yeah.
out like the dynamic and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. But I think if we were like what we're
I mean,
doing
but we
now.
were-
Well, that's
more
only we're
ambitious
only
then,
at
too.
that stage of like knowing each other and stuff because of spending time together. So
No,
how would we?
Well, in my opinion, for when I've
He's doing that voice again. In my opinion.
Leave him alone. Go
All right.
ahead.
like when I viewed like both of you, I'm like, oh, they create stuff too. So
Mm-hmm.
in my head, I was like, it'd be cool to hang out with them. So like if you guys were like at your point now and me at my point now, I'd be like, oh my god, I have to work with them. Like it'd be so fun, it'd be so
True.
cool. And
I
then
see what
with
you're
your mentalities, it would work like even faster.
And also the people that we like probably matured into.
Yeah.
Because we were younger.
But like obviously, what you mean is correct.
Okay, but what if we didn't do creative stuff? We're talking about strictly
just friendship,
personalities, like
just
friendship.
friendship.
Like, would we be friends? Like when we hang out with our other friends, we're not like, oh, he's an engineer, so we hang out with him or whatever.
That's true. That's a good point.
But I like.
Are
hanging
we
out with
only
creative
friends
people.
because we're creative?
I think it definitely helped the three of us to become.
Are we
better
only
friends.
friends because we're creative?
No, I think that we're friends because we're friends. But
You guys would not be friends with me.
Frost, we're literally friends with you.
You literally hate me.
Frost, you're literally my best friend. Shut up.
You literally
are.
hate me unless because we do this together.
That's not true.
Because we have a good dynamic.
Frost, did I not
work dynamic.
spend an entire hour crying to you in the car like the
You
other
cry
day?
all the time though.
Okay, all right, whatever. Don't take me as a friend. You're my best friend.
I would be friends with you guys, but you guys would be like, dang, this dude kind of annoying, bro.
No, Frost, you're actually better being friends with than working with sometimes.
Oh, I actually agree with that. You're right.
You're better. Like we're better
That's
at being
true.
friends than we are working together sometimes.
Dang.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Wait, I didn't get Amber's answer.
Oh, what did she say? I thought she answered first.
I was kind of like going off what Shami was saying.
So you agree?
Yeah. I was going with the creative side.
See, this is
though.
exactly what I'm talking about. You guys have the same answer, and you guys have
Go
a
with the
dynamic
flow,
I don't
bro.
have
Go with the flow, Frost.
Okay, Shamir.
I like this one. Why isn't Dower TikTok famous?
He is TikTok famous.
I think he is.
Who sent that in? I don't know how to say that. Musay.
So why isn't he?
He has what, 8,000 followers or something on
Yeah.
TikTok? That's pretty good.
Yeah. No, he always, whenever we go somewhere, he always comes into my car, and then like he'll talk for the first half, and then just like go on his phone the second half. But the first half, he was just all talking about TikTok. He's like, "Yo, everyone got to do TikTok. Like, this is what's happening. This is what." So he seems really excited. So I'm really happy.
I'm really
for the
happy
guy.
for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That
He was
he's
like the
excited
first one out of our friends, I think, that was like really
into it.
consistent with it and
Yeah.
going.
And the fact that he's consistent is like hella inspiring. Like from my end, just watching, like, oh, that's so dope that he's just so
He's always
consistent.
making- yeah, no, he is good at that. He constantly makes them, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So, next one says, "Why is everyone?" This isn't funny. Why is everyone always depressed?
Honestly, it's winter, seasonal depression.
No,
Oh.
You don't
No.
agree?
that's not why.
No.
Why is everyone always depressed, I guess?
There's a lot more things to be depressed about.
Yeah, and I think there's so many comparisons online because of like social media and stuff. We're always comparing ourselves to like people.
Sure.
So I think that's a huge.
Sorry, go ahead. Finish.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I should name our 100th episode that.
Why is everyone always depressed?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's-
Like 100th episode celebration. Why is everyone always depressed?
It would probably get more views
Yeah.
rather than just 100th episode.
Or put something about dating
Let's do
because
that.
Yeah.
apparently people like when there's something juicy in there.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was done. What do you mean?
You said you were dumb?
I was done.
But why do you think everyone's always depressed?
I answered. What the heck, guys? You gotta turn listening.
Amber, why don't you answer that?
Yeah.
No, you said seasonal depression.
Yeah, but also because, man, life is hard. That's all. Period.
It's easier to compare yourself. Imagine back when the internet wasn't as poppin' and you only have a few people to compare yourself against. Now you could be accomplishing so much, and the internet tells you that you could still be doing more. And there's
True.
still people that are way better than you, bigger than you, that look better than you, everything. And you are much more critical on yourself, I think, now than someone might be back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And we're also spending more time on the internet. We're not going outside as much. We're not focusing on ourselves. Like, okay, we talked about the 65 guests earlier, right?
Yeah.
Think about this. How many people do you know? You ever think about that?
I mean, I
My
could say
Facebook
a lot or a
friends
little.
list.
Right?
Yeah.
That plus everyone we've met. Like, you go places, you meet people. You know so many people.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the number would be.
Yeah.
Thousands, maybe tens
Yeah.
of thousands. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But this would not be possible before that. And all those people that you meet, you're getting an insight. And if you are not mentally stable at the point of meeting these people, you are really gonna, it's gonna affect you a lot.
Yeah.
And because of that, you see more competition, there's more people in the world, all of these things. I think it's an interesting question, and I think that you could go way into depth about it, but it's not like a crazy thing to ask.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
There
That
are
is
a lot
true.
of people.
I think like naturally, I guess, as humans, we're built to like be in herds. Like we're supposed to be in tribes, herds. Like that's how we're naturally built. And since like, you know, the internet, people stay home a lot. So like they're not fulfilling that natural need that people might not even like think about.
I would say that that's also an American thing.
No. Pakistani thing. Like in Pakistan,
But
everyone's
we're
around
still
each other.
No, but
Oh, like it's staying in the house alone? Or
not in the
tribe
house
thing?
alone. I'm saying like that not having that tribe almost.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
in Pakistan, we live
Yeah.
with our families for a
Agreed,
very
agreed.
long time.
Yeah.
And in America, everybody is independent, focused on themselves. Kids are moving out of the house, even younger now, and they're on their own. And all of these things, like what you're talking about, that community, that support system, that tribe, helps you get through a lot of your problems. And when you're on your own, you're in a completely different place, and you're going through all these emotions, no way to deal with it. And the world is telling you that all these mental health issues exist, and you don't know, do I have this? Maybe I have it. And then you start thinking about that, and you might not even have it, or you might, and you don't even know.
Yeah.
And you don't know the degree of it. But because of the shows and all of that we have, it's confusing. People don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Right.
You could
also,
watch-
like considering success, right? Whether you're in a company, whether you're in a friend group and you have a certain personality that really makes everything click, whatever it is, right? People have even like the idea of a big fish in a small pond. That whole concept is way harder when you have the world to compare to, because you can't be a big fish in a small pond. There, like the internet is not a small pond. So I think that, you know, sometimes I found a lot of like happiness from being that as well. Like at University of Baltimore, when I was playing a lot of big roles, everybody kind of knew you were kind of having that, you know, role. That was, you know, kind of an achievement feeling for me too. And you can't really feel or achieve that on the internet necessarily.
You have to try to break it down in that way, and that's the only way you're going to get through it. Right? Like even if you're on the internet treating it like, okay, maybe I have a niche that I'm targeting or something.
Yeah.
Let me try to focus on this first. That's the only way you're going to get through it.
Right.
You want to read the next one?
Sure. Why have you ever regretted making any of your videos?
Yes.
Which one?
I think there would be a few. Maybe the one last week too.
Why do you? Why? Because people were saying it's cringy.
No,
That's never bothered you before.
no, not that. Well, I think cringy out of different comments does bother me more than other ones, because cringy is saying that it's a like almost like cliche or like predictable and
Hard to watch.
I
That's
guess
what
I guess
that's
I
what
don't
I
see it
think.
as hard to watch.
Cringy for me is
because
hard to
when it
watch.
comes to writing things or developing a concept, I really strive for originality and like cleverness. And when something gets called cringy, to me that takes away, you know, the effort of making something that is original.
But
and
I think
clever.
that that's the way that you're defining cringy, because to me, genuinely, when something's cringy, it's literally hard for me to watch.
Like
to me
my
is
way
cringy.
old
Like,
videos.
ooh,
If someone
okay.
called like my first videos cringy, I would call them cringy with them and laugh with it, and I keep them up because it's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like look, this is where because they are not like very well thought out or something, and I'm not as educated at that time, or you know, knowledgeable about the different ways I could go with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I think it helps because seeing something not succeed makes you shift your path a little bit and maybe tweak some things and consider
Yeah.
other things about it. But yeah, I would say my first reaction would be like, yeah, I kind of regret this. But then afterwards, I'm a little bit better at like realizing what it is. What about you? Do you think?
I think I'm like a similar thought process. Like, not the cringy stuff, but like, you know, if something doesn't do as well, like I shift my path and think of it something better. But I regret like the, I guess, very, very old videos where I might say something bad that wouldn't be okay now or something like that. But I think like every old video, like it's part of the process, and I really appreciate that. There's like, I think Picasso, he made like 50,000 paintings and only 50 of them were popular. So like, you know, even though you have, you know, 48,000 whatever like mess ups, it's still part of the process for those big.
Yeah, I think, were we talking about this on the podcast where we were saying the actors thing?
What?
I don't think we were, but I was having a conversation with some people that we were talking about how actors, when they go in these roles, we like the character.
Yeah.
And when we find out about the actor, we might be like, oh, like they're kind of boring, or like I don't really like that actor, the real person. And that kind of reminds me of what you're saying, is just like, as long as you have certain things that connect with people at the right times, and they do their job in that way, as artists, and like the art piece connects with somebody in some way, like it doesn't have to be that everything else has to be perfect or at that level. So that's what kind of reminds me of that. Do you have videos that you regret, Amber?
No, I regret not making some videos that I threw away the footage for. Like, I don't regret any of the videos that I've made. If anything, I've privated like 4.
I've privated like 30.
No,
Yeah.
I had
My
this
old account.
I had this YouTube channel from 2000. My first YouTube channel was from 2005 to 2007.
Okay.
I had like 50 videos from like webcam and stuff, and I deleted that channel when I made my 2007 channel, and that's my biggest regret, like probably in anything over in life, because I made like those videos, like how was I like
I definitely regret deleting videos. I wish I would have privated a lot of them, and just content in general. Like, you realize now how much, especially pictures, oh my god, pictures, videos, like you think at the time like, oh man, I look so ugly, or like I sound so stupid, but looking back at it, it's a good way to research yourself and figure out where you came from and stuff. So nice question. SHAH-AMEER, you got the next one?
Have your parents ever favorited the sun? Oh, I'm so fed up with that.
Favorited the sun? Yes, me. I am favorited.
I don't think I can answer this. I think you two got this.
Because you only have a brother.
Yeah, because I only have a brother.
You both. Well, is there a favorite son?
Sham, if you had a sister, like, I feel like you'd be so nice to your sister.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't I be?
He's nice to his brother too.
I mean, just like you'd be like a good, like you'd listen to your sister and like be like,
younger or older?
Either.
Okay.
I feel like you'd like be there for your sister.
Yeah.
But do your parents have a favorite son?
I mean, they put a lot more time into my brother, but that's because he's younger, and like they did put in a lot of time when I was growing up for me. But they don't put in time for me anymore.
And you're what, 8 years older than him?
Yeah. So, but like he needs it because he's, you know, growing up and stuff. So,
you're the only daughter in your family. You have 2 older brothers.
Yes. I definitely am the favorite, I would say, of my dad's, for sure. I don't know if I'm like my mom's like favorite, but I do know that like there is a lot of perks from being a girl, like when it comes to love, and you know, like if you're in a situation where you need help, they'll definitely like flock to go help you. I think the only like downside, I would say growing up, I would probably relate to this more, because there was a lot of things that I couldn't do that my brothers could do. I wouldn't say that that's because they were favorited.
I think that's what she's getting at.
Yeah, I don't think that that's because they were favorited. It was just because they were dudes. Like, as guys, they were able to do a lot more things. They had the freedom to do a lot more things. And when I would be like, well, how come they can do it and I can't? It'd be like, because you're a girl. And like, that's what I didn't like about it. I don't think that it was because they were boys that they were getting. It's because I was a girl and I was more protected that I wasn't able to do it.
My perspective comes from what the parent wants and what you are able to provide them. Like, my dad's favorite is my sister, because my dad only wants success out of his kids. He does not care about how cool something makes you feel or whatever, or how nice you are or anything. He wants successful kids. My sister is like has been giving that to him from a
For
very
real,
young
I know.
age.
Yeah.
And so he absolutely loves her,
Yeah.
favors her because of that. Easy. And you
Also,
have to
they
be
have a personality
understanding.
bond too, though.
Mhm. Well, no, they have a very clashing. They're similar in personality, but they clash a lot.
That's why.
Because of that, yeah. But because I understand that, that has never bothered me. Like, I understand what he wants.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. My mom, she wants kids to spend time with her. She loves the family together. She loves her family's friends. She loves the house being full. She likes things like that. I am the one that gives that to her the most. So the other siblings understand that. So as long as you give your parent what they're looking for in that way, you, I think, will be more favored.
Dang, that's a good way to put it.
I also
That's how it is for my
yeah.
family. I don't know how it is for everyone.
I
But
mean, I think that's like true in a like the smallest aspect of how we think. I don't know how to say it, but
Yeah.
like
Like at its
subconsciously,
basic-
yeah.
I also think that typically sons and moms tend to have a bond
Oh, yeah.
that fathers and daughters also have a bond with, because my dad never wanted to have a girl. Like, he was like praying to not have a girl. I mean, that sounds bad, but like
Yeah.
I was hurt when he said that to me too. And he's like, but when I tell you the day that you were born, like nothing else mattered, and you
Aw.
were like my favorite thing on earth.
Damn.
And I can tell that in his eyes and in his heart till this day. Like, I can
Yo,
see it.
I've
about
heard
to
that,
cry.
like, you know, dads in general don't know that feeling until they finally have that baby in their arms. That's how it was for my dad too. He was just like celebrating across, when we lived in Pakistan at the time, just like everywhere. All his friends and family, they knew about it, and that was not a celebrated thing in our culture. It wasn't, especially back then, a celebrated thing. But he was handing everybody mitai, which is like sweets that we have in our culture, and people were like, "Wow, for a girl."
Yeah.
You know, that was
My
the
my
reaction.
parents thought they were gonna have a girl, so they bought all these girl stuff, and then I came
Without
out,
even having like a reason to think that they were gonna have a girl.
and then I don't know the whole story situation,
Right,
but
right.
they bought all that stuff, and then I came out. And I'm like, they're like, "What is this?"
And then you were like, "Ugh." All right, let's do the
That's
next
so
one.
funny.
This says, your take on your views not matching your mother-in-law's, but you want to remain respectful.
Ooh, ooh.
I don't have a mother-in-law
But I feel
Yeah,
like
but
that'd be
you can-
rough.
or any of us.
Well, yeah, but you have witnessed, like, for example, I mean, like, mashallah, we've seen Neha go into like a very loving family and like has a pretty nice in-law dynamic. But you have have you seen dynamics where people have like a clashing perspective?
Yeah, I mean, in like different parts of the family, like we have a really big family, and there's definitely times where people clash with their mother. And in our culture in general, like our dramas are based off of that sentence alone.
Right.
A clash with your mother-in-law.
That's because it's like our culture has made it seem like the daughter-in-law is like made to serve, like historically. I'm not speaking
You know what it
modern
is?
day.
You know what it is? You know how we just talked about the mother and the son bond? The mother thinks that her son is the most perfect thing that has ever happened in the face of the earth. And if anything that his wife does to not make him happy and feel as loved or cook as good or take care of him as good as the mother has, she's going to have a problem with his wife.
That's such a, like, wow, good.
And
I like that you said that. I
and
never even thought about it
if
that
you
way.
recognize that, right? Like that is, it was so interesting to see somebody go through a modernized learning experience of what it means to sacrifice your feelings and your way of life for adding on a partner in your life, which I saw with like my brother-in-law and my sister, where like, you know, his sisters literally made him take courses to understand what her rights are and things like that, and just educate each other. And like one of the things I'll mention that they do between each other is you know, like they have a system where if they're not agreeing on something, they both give a number of how important that thing is, right? So like, you know, we're arguing about, okay, I don't like these mics, and you think that you want a specific type of mic. I would say, okay, this issue is like a 5 to me, and then you would say this is an 8 to me. And because it's higher priority for you, I'd be like, oh, okay, then I have to be understanding that that it means that much to you.
Yeah,
and it doesn't mean as much to me.
as a group, right here.
So
That's
things like
actually
that.
a really good way.
Yeah.
That's a really
Things like that,
compromising.
understanding, like compromise, sacrifice, things like that, and then doing that same thing with other members of the family, including the mother-in-law. Like, you have to be understanding of where they're coming from to understand that, okay, she really likes her son, she thinks that he should be deserving in this way, but also I have to be myself. I have to
Right.
be who I can't just
Live to
put
please.
away all of the things, all the learning I've done, and I will try my best to cook and do these things and be a household woman or whatever, but I also have a career, and so he needs to participate in those things as well.
Right.
Once you understand and lay all of these dynamics out, I don't know what I'm gonna be like once I get there, but it's definitely seeing this, witnessing this way, definitely makes much more sense to me than what I've witnessed in dramas and just like family, other people's families, and the toxic relationships that happen, especially in our culture.
I have a lot of friends who've gotten married in the recent years, and so I'm like now hearing about their mother-in-law struggles.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and
That's
so
toxic.
hearing it
Juicy.
from
They shouldn't discuss it.
no, because the thing
With the
is, you think that, but they also feel very alone sometimes in a
Yeah, and
household.
we were just talking about that herd community
Okay.
thing, and you're telling them to stay inside.
Yeah, like for,
No,
for them to
I was
be in
gonna
a
say it might be
household-
toxic to
Yeah.
not try to fix it and just tell her like friends, and the friends are all just gossiping, and it just
Well, it's not
doesn't go
necessarily
anywhere.
gossiping. It's more so venting and getting another
Okay,
perspective.
that makes more sense.
For example, obviously I'm not naming names, but I have a friend who right now just like got married and
Sarah.
like she no, I don't have a friend named Sarah. And she isn't that passionate about having children just yet. If she has them, she's fine, but she's not actively like trying to have children, correct? And so her mother-in-law is super stuck on the fact that she isn't trying to have kids. And and I honestly feel like the underlying thing was that she even wanted a daughter-in-law to just have grandkids. Like, I feel that way in some, based off the information I've gotten. And so she will often, like, up until it was almost happening on a weekly basis, where she would mention like, oh, like, you should have kids. You should have kids. You should have kids. And she's just like, listen, like, I get that we live together and that you're going to give me your perspective, but this is a situation between me and my husband, and we aren't ready for that yet. So I need you to respect that. And she couldn't find a way to say it. So she was urging her husband to, kind of say it because it sounds better from them. So I think that plays a good role into it too, is that when there is a divide between your wife and your mother, it is your place to kind of go in and just be like, hey, if you recognize where the gap is, the misunderstanding is, just let your wife know, like, this is why she's saying this. Let the mother-in-law know, like, hey, that makes her feel uncomfortable because of XYZ, and kind of bridge that gap between them sometimes.
That's good. Like, the son needs to be
Yeah.
needs to step up and understand what's going on,
Right.
instead of just being like spoon-fed on both ends.
Right.
All right, let's do the next one. Amber, you got it?
Yeah. London or New York? I've never been to London. I mean, I have, but
haven't?
not like vacation.
Did you
go
go
on
to
a
like
Europe
all?
trip?
Yeah, I thought you went like everywhere in Europe.
Well, I went to Berlin, Barcelona, Rome, and Paris. Not
So
London.
everywhere else
Okay.
except London.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna say London.
Okay.
It depends for what, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
overall, I'm gonna say
London has like a vibe. The train system is amazing.
The tube?
The tube is amazing. Like, there's so many different cultures. I mean, there's a bunch of different cultures in New York.
but more in London, I think.
Yeah,
Are there?
probably not.
There's a lot of personality.
Statistically,
like,
probably not. But
No, probably.
it seems like. I
'Cause
mean, there's a
more
lot of
Americans
Desis.
in New York that are from different cultures, but like literally people from around the
Oh,
world,
around the
like
world.
first gen immigrants. I think. I don't know.
I like.
It seems like I think I've seen more.
But the
in London.
food, I don't know. Like,
No.
fish and chips.
like fish and chips. Yeah, I don't know. The food is just not the best in
Facts.
London. So I don't know.
But the food that is good is more authentic. Actually, no, I take that back. Because New York has places that are very authentic.
I'm gonna go with
cultures.
New York because it's an amazing city. It is a pretty dirty, but it's right close to my family. I can travel, just practical reasons. I think New York.
Wait, I want to change mine now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
say New
forgot all
York
those
only
things.
because of the fact that like the people who are from New York, like, even though it's very annoying from the, like, don't get me wrong, guys, it's very annoying when people, like, are hardcore repping New York, da-da-da. But, like, there's also a lot of pride that I can see that comes with it, and I respect it to a level because they clearly feel that way. And then also, when I get to go there, like, you know, I do enjoy that, like, there's a whole street of desi stuff, but then there's also, like, there's, like, an authentic Jamaican restaurant, but then there's here. So, like, food, people, vibe, I like New York. I also have never been in London, so my answer is invalid.
Nice. Shamir, you're the next one.
Yeah. If you could team up with Ben and Jerry's to make an ice cream flavor, what would it be?
Okay, you guys have to talk about this because then mine would just be sprinkles on top.
With like
What?
anything? With,
My
with
addition.
vanilla?
Right. Mine would just be the sprinkle on top. 'Cause
I
that's my
want
flavor.
something with banana
Banana?
and-
Why
yeah.
banana?
because I like bananas.
Okay, but this is all three of us together.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
team
The
up.
three, like a
Okay.
flavor for us three.
Okay.
For straight
Okay, wait,
flavors.
then I'm gonna add something in afterwards because I'm
So
more
I'm
adap-
deciding the whole thing?
No, you add one flavor
Okay.
because I'm more adaptable. I feel
Okay.
like Amber's gonna be more picky, and then you're gonna be like, oh,
I literally said I'll be a
butter."
sprinkle on top, but
No,
okay.
not a sprinkle. That's
Can you
not a
can you do
flavor.
chocolate sprinkles? Or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay, what do you want?
I want a mint base, but I think vanilla can be more adaptable to whatever you freaking put on it. Huh?
Do chocolate.
With chocolate sprinkles? No.
No,
And then with
not chocolate.
regular
You have to add a flavor.
I'll take sprinkles away. I'll take sprinkles
Okay.
away.
Add an actual flavor.
Cookie dough.
Okay.
Okay, cookie dough.
Cookie dough.
Cookie dough, chocolate, banana. Come on.
Ew, banana.
See, this is
Yeah, I don't like the banana, dude.
The banana's
Why?
throwing it off.
I don't like the banana.
Wait,
Why?
wait,
With
wait,
cookie dough?
wait. Is chocolate the flavor of the ice cream?
you guys don't get to decide what mine is, so I could make it
Well,
worse.
No, we're making it all three together for us.
I know, but we're all adding one thing in. So
Okay, but
let
we
me
also
add
have
a
to
ban-
agree to the flavor as a
No,
whole.
you don't.
Yeah.
Yes, we
You don't
do.
get to agree that I'm me or I'm not me today.
Frost, don't do
I'm
that.
here regardless.
Okay,
Can
but
you
we're
like
ta-
change the banana, please?
Just change the banana.
Like I like bananas. It's just
But hold on, what are you adding in then?
chocolate syrup.
Okay.
No, that's not a flavor.
It's still part of the ice cream.
We're making a. It's not going to
You-
be like.
oh, like you want a scoop of.
Hold on. I have.
It's
I
It's going
have
to be
a-
called, like, for example, if we
compromise.
went with chocolate cookie dough banana, that's the flavor of the Ben Jerry's ice cream. It's not like,
But what about the flavor of the
banana
actual-
chocolate
Okay, I
syrup
see what you're saying.
sprinkle.
I see what you're saying. So no toppings. It's
No,
like
no
okay.
toppings.
Okay. All right, that makes
But
sense.
banana mint.
That's what we're doing.
Cookie dough. Ew!
No,
I don't
not
even like
mint,
that flavor.
Not mint. He went with chocolate because I told him
Banana. Okay, so
Okay,
then,
so
he, you can tell him what to do, but we as a whole
to.
can't
Because
tell you
because
what
I
to
have
do.
a bigger influence with the banana in there. Because mine is going to strike
can
more.
you substitute the banana for something,
For
please?
any-
Well, then
anything
what is
else?
it? Then what
Okay,
are you
I'll
going
choose
with?
chocolate.
Okay.
If she chooses cookie,
Cookie
dough.
dough.
Yeah, that those two go well together.
Why don't you do?
I'm going to go with cherry.
A whole cherry scoop. Like
no, flavor.
it's
flavor.
in there.
It's in
Little
there.
it's in
cherry
there. Okay,
pieces.
okay.
Okay,
Okay,
can we just
I-
like take frost out of this flavor?
You have
kinda
to add
mess
a
with that.
fruit because
I
you've
mess
had
with that.
you have like a sweet cookie dough thing. You have like a.
Can you go
they're
back to
both
banana
chocolate
over
bases.
cherry?
Bananas and cherries. Okay, next. But okay, so to answer your question, our flavor that we have chosen together and are all agreed on is chocolate cookie dough banana cherry,
No banana.
and it's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
Go buy it in stores everywhere. Amazon.com/amazing ice cream flavor that we agreed on. Okay, the next question comes from Gordon. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
What do you want me to do? Shit. No, I'm just kidding.
You
Sorry.
like Klondike bars that much?
No. Just the way the question was asked.
What would I do for a Klondike bar? I would lick Shamir's elbow.
That's a lot.
Is
That's
it?
that's doable.
For us,
I'm
it's
just
a
gonna
lot.
All right,
I'm just
let's
gonna
do it
have
right
an
now.
ashy tongue.
Let's do it
but
right now.
That's it.
I'll get you a Klondike bar.
Okay.
Let's do it right now.
There's not one on you.
But he'll
No, I'll get one
he'll get
for
you
you.
one.
I'll go to the
So
store
lick
right
his
now.
elbow.
This is the test.
Yeah, you said
Let me
that
see.
you would
Let me
lick-
see the ash levels on it today.
Oh, so now it matters how ashy it is.
Oh,
That's not too bad. It's actually a pretty nice elbow.
really?
Yeah, I like your
I
elbow.
didn't even put lotion on.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, so you wouldn't do it. You're a
So
liar.
you wouldn't lick
You're a liar.
Shamir's
No,
elbow.
I'm not a liar.
You are a liar.
If it was in front of me, then I would be able to make a more direct decision. But right now, I don't know what the wager is. You know?
Two
The
Klondike bars.
No, but it needs to be in
True.
front of me so I can smell it.
The elbow's
Get
right
the
here.
temperature
You can
of
smell
it.
the elbow.
Smell
right
the
Is it
elbow.
sticking to the paper or not?
So you wouldn't do that for a Klondike bar.
What would
so
you
you're-
do for a Klondike bar?
I don't know.
I don't like
You're
how
the
it
one who had
smells.
like a strict answer, so I was just testing it. But I don't know.
Do you like Klondike bars?
I like them. They're usually minty, right? They're the
No.
no.
It's
There's
just
vanilla
like
and
a chocolate.
Okay,
and
there's a
vanilla
minty
stuff.
one. I like those. The minty ones.
Okay, what would you do for that?
I don't know. What is there to do for a Klondike bar? Like, jump over a bridge or something. Like,
Would you jump into a freezing cold lake for that mint chocolate Klondike bar?
If it was filmed, yeah. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
A filmed.
Like a
Well, you
story.
would do that anyways without the Klondike bar.
Yeah. Like if it was just like a funny like little Instagram
No,
post.
this is not for anything else except for the Klondike bar.
I wouldn't do much for a Klondike bar. Like,
It's
I
not good
would-
enough to.
I would go for a quick gym session because it's not Halo Top. So I would go to the gym
Amber-
in like exchange for a Klondike bar.
this person wants like a spicy story, so I'm gonna say, I'm gonna travel across the seas and travel across the nations just for
No,
a Klondike bar.
that's not what they asked for. At
Yeah,
all.
that's what they do.
Mine was like.
I would flirt with
you
your
guys
dad.
don't know how to
Yours was the
answer
most
questions,
practical.
okay?
Bro, okay.
Next.
Haha.
Go
Now
with
you
the
didn't bring
flow.
Go with the flow. I knew it. I knew it. All right, next, Amber.
What is your favorite and least favorite part of being in a band? Guys, are we in a band?
Are we a band? The Ron Paul Band.
Band.
Actually, we've been called a band multiple times.
I guess we are a band.
Yeah, like
That's
uncles
cute.
will be like, "How's your band going?" I'm like, "Oh, this is pretty good, I guess." Like, we're a band.
So how does it feature? I mean, how does it feel being in a band? What do you think?
What's the favorite
You've been in like real bands.
Yeah, I think this is the easiest because like we're all the same culture. Like we kind of understand. We're pretty empathetic people. We're understanding people.
Amber has thrown out her back. We have
Yeah.
lost a band member. We are sending out applications
To replace Amber.
to replace Amber.
The-
She is our lead bassist,
Yeah.
who's
Your girl
all
is
about
back.
that bass.
Oh man.
See what I did there?
Dang. What?
What?
She's back.
In the case of like when we perform, right? That is when I feel like we are a collaborative sort of band almost, where everyone has a certain mark to hit, and without those marks hitting, the other members are not able to do their job as well. So when we hit the mark or make up for each other missing the mark, that is an amazing adrenaline rush, an amazing feeling to be in that feeling of like we're performing, we're giving an amazing show, he or she is doing their part and I'm doing my part and people love it and this is so much fun. That's how it feels to be in a
Interesting.
band.
Yeah.
You show me.
I
And what's
answered
the
while
word?
you were having your back problems.
I would say
What's the least favorite part too?
I would say the parts that I feel like we're in a band is like I would say like when we're all like even if it's in your basement or when we're in my old apartment and we're kind of like doing stuff together, like okay, now we're doing this, we're writing the lyrics, okay, now we're recording it, like that's the times that I feel like we're in a band. The best part is that obviously you get to use a brain outside of your own and like your potential is now reached a higher cap than you would alone.
Yeah.
We capped?
And so then I think the least favorite part would be that it also means that, when you're by yourself, you're able to kind of like be your own almost like you're not afraid to say things as much. Whereas for me specifically, I'm probably the least talented quote unquote band member when it comes to music stuff. Because you guys,
Amber, you're the most.
Frost, shut up.
on.
But like
Love
when it comes to
you.
music,
Yeah.
shut up, guys. You guys are like the most musically inclined when it comes to this type of
it's
stuff.
you. Come
Frost, shut up.
Yeah, come on.
SHAH-AMEER. And so like for me, then I'm like scared to like say stuff and like
We're scared. Come on.
okay, all right, never mind.
I'm just kidding. Okay,
Forget-
finish.
No.
Yeah, but I just think that the best part is that we get to like again do things that's beyond just me and like we get to do something together, which makes it even bigger. But the downside to it would be that I do second guess myself a lot when I'm saying stuff.
I will say like the least probably is like our distance, like the distance we have from each other. If we were closer, I think it would
Be
be
so
much
much
easier.
so lit.
Like we could produce more and stuff like that. That's just the worst part,
Yeah, we all live about an hour apart.
and it sucks.
Hour and a half. Sometimes.
But we still get it done, like which is crazy.
Oh, we get it done.
Most people wouldn't.
We get it done.
Most people were like,
My favorite part is rehearsals. I love rehearsing because it feels like everything is ready to go and we're having fun. My least favorite part is forgetting lyrics. And I forget lyrics. I have horrible, just like,
There's been so many times where I'll be sitting like in the front row because you'll be like, oh, like you've
Yeah.
mentioned previously, like, oh yeah, I don't really remember the lyrics, and I'll just be
Amber's
mouthing them
shouting,
the
yeah.
whole time.
because when something goes wrong, like forgetting my lyrics, that is on my mind the rest of the time. Can't believe I forgot that. Can't believe I forgot that. And then it comes in the way of other lyrics and stuff. Or like somebody sitting in the front and they chose to sit in the front and they're talking and like laughing really loud. And I'm like, I'm here trying to perform. Shut up. And then that's on my mind. And I'm just like, what the heck? And then I start forgetting it. So
that's probably my only strong suit is remembering.
You're really good at memorizing in general.
Lyrics.
You have really great, like anybody's song that's popular, whatever. You have it memorized that day.
The lyrics are really easy for me. So like that's the part I like. Like I'll be like, okay, even when you guys aren't.
You
like,
know our lyrics better than we do.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I think that's a fact.
Okay, so that's your talent. Like, don't.
I remember lyrics, but
I remember your guys' work.
No, like if you didn't even know like lyrics, then it'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
all right, do something. No, just kidding. Okay, next one.
Whose is this? Mine?
Yeah, sure.
Worst thing you've said to your parents?
Oof, do we have to expose that?
Oh.
Like in my teenage years? Oof.
I think anytime. This is definitely when I was younger, because I won't make this mistake now, but anytime I've said anything relating to, them, comparing them to other parents, or saying that like, they haven't done
Something
enough for me, when it was like, especially when the issue that they haven't done it was because like a financial thing or like a knowledgeable thing that like they just didn't know about it or something.
Yeah.
And then at this age, when I think back to that, something like that, I feel extremely guilty, because I'm just like, how could these are like immigrants that literally dropped everything to come here, barely knew the language, and how are they supposed to know all of this and cater to me and my feelings and me wanting to be cool? Like for a simple thing like, not having the same shoes as Tommy or something, and like, all of this is going on their minds and stuff, and that's what I'm worried about. So I think that's probably the worst thing for me.
Yeah, I think I had a similar case. I was like my mom and I were arguing or something, and like I compared her to somebody else's parents, and then she was like, don't compare me to other parents because I don't compare you to other kids. And I was like, I just shut up. I was like, yeah, you're so right. Like, why did I even do that? And I was like, damn.
Which usually they see parents be comparing.
Yeah, they compare all the
kids
time. But like, she was like, I don't compare you to anyone, so why are you comparing me? And I was like, oh dang.
Yeah.
Bars.
Was this like when you were younger, or was this like yesterday?
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago. No, I'm just kidding. It was a while back.
Okay.
True.
Do you have anything specific?
I would say specifically when I was a teenager, I probably said some hurtful things. I do recall one specific time, which I do regret.
Share it.
I told him to shut up. I felt
You told your dad to shut up?
I told my parents to shut up. Yeah.
I've never said that.
I know.
I've
I
never
know.
said that.
I was like, this was when I was like trying to fight for like my freedom a little bit. Like I had to be home by the time sun was down.
Yeah.
So it would be like 5 o'clock in the winter. I'd have to be home. Imagine
Freezing cold.
that.
Dang.
And so I would be like, I think it came to something where, something very stupid, but I felt strongly about it. And they were yelling at me for it. And I got very frustrated. And I was like, just shut up. And they just...
Did you get smacked?
I either got slapped or sent to my room. I don't remember. I remember it because I was like, oh my God, I said shut up to my parents. Like that's in my mind.
So
I don't really remember anything around it, what the situations or anything. I
Because
just
they
know
smacked
that
you that hard that you forgot your memories.
Probably. But I would not recommend anybody to say that to your parents. That's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Be nice to your parents.
One girl, when she tried to talk about my mom, I'm sorry, this is unrelated, but still related. She was like, oh yeah, like, my mom, I was like, yeah, my mom said I can't, like, go to the Cheesecake Factory with you or some shit. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Because it'll be too late. She's like, why is she being such a, and said the
B-word.
B word. I was like, did you just call my mama a B word? Hold on. But then she would, like, say it, like, as a personality thing, like, why is your mom not being fair or something? She said it as that.
Right.
I was like, hold up. You ain't gonna call my mama that. No.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you hear like white people, like the way they talk to your parents, I'd be like clinching. I'm like, oh God, what's about to happen? And the parent would be like, yeah, you're right. I was out of my lane.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Let me go to my room. All right, what's the next one? Sophia. Would you guys ever come to Michigan?
No.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
I want to go to Detroit and Dearborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it happen one day.
Hopefully
God
a show.
Bring us out
Inshallah.
there.
Yeah, let's do it. Next one.
If you were a type of food, what type of food would you keep me Keep me on, please.
You
and
didn't
thank
say the name. It's fine.
I know. I just read it. I kept reading it. I was like, oh crap.
Why is that something you want to be anonymous for, though?
No, but I think that they just don't want to be, because there's another one that said anon, and it was like just a
okay.
regular question.
If you were a type of food, what would you be?
Oh my god, Asian zing wings. Because I'm
That's-
sweet and
ooh.
spicy and delicious.
I want that right now.
I would be
Guys, let's go get Buffalo Wild Wings after this.
I would be a peach.
Peach.
Yeah.
True.
Why a peach?
Because everybody loves peach.
I mean, everybody loves peaches, but why would you want to be a peach? You want to be loved by everybody?
Fuzzy booty.
Okay, anyways.
I'll be a Taco Bell burrito.
Why?
They're good.
That's disgusting.
A
You want to
ta-
be a Taco Bell burrito?
What
Yeah.
burrito from Taco Bell is good?
All of them.
Oh, I've never had Taco Bell burrito, so let me shut up.
But like, if you had to describe it, like,
Why not a Chipotle burrito?
Hey, look, he's peachy. Hey, look,
Because
she's
I'm not that
what are you
thick.
Asian zing wings.
doing? She's a Asian zing wing. He's a big fat Taco Bell
It's not
burrito.
fat. Taco Bell burritos are small.
A skinny idiot Taco Bell burrito.
Why are you so mad at my answer?
Because who wants to be a burrito?
I don't like your answer either, but I'll
You might as well be diarrhea.
Okay,
What?
that's what I am. I'm so good. at
diarrhea.
Yeah.
He has chosen his food as diarrhea. That's how he describes himself.
Okay, peach.
Aw.
See, even she likes it. Look, I'm wearing pink.
I like
Wait,
this
peaches
color.
aren't pink.
Peaches
They're
are
like
color.
a little bit of pink.
Yeah, they're like pink.
It's like if you and me had like a combined sweatshirt.
It would be
It's a
it'd be
yellow,
peach.
pinkish.
And if you're
reddish
listening to
peach.
this, you wouldn't know what that looks like.
Because if you were on the YouTube video, you would
You
see
could
that we also have a 100 episode balloon.
Yeah.
True. All right, Amber, do the next one.
What is a must-watch show on Netflix?
That's not what the next one is.
Oh, what is? Well, go.
Okay,
with
fine.
It.
We'll go with that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
What is a must-show watch on Netflix?
What did you just say?
I don't know.
What is a must-watch show on
Currently,
Netflix?
I'm gonna say Messiah was really cool because it had a lot of controversy and it's about like the coming of Dajjal, or like the Antichrist mentioned in the Bible, and it's cool to see everybody's reactions and stuff. And actually, it was like pretty short. It was only 10 episodes, and it was filmed really well, good acting, all that, cool story. But actually, I was really interested in it. We have these youth sessions that happen at our mosque that I lead, and I wanted to get one of our friends who has studied the Quran and memorized it to give us his take on the show and relate it back to like the things that we believe and the things that Christians believe and all of that. So I'm actually really excited to like see, you know, a modern day sort of thing related to, you know, how people would react these days, you know,
Yeah.
because like it was, think about something like this, you know, if someone came and said that they're, you know, a prophet or something like that, and they wanted to get everybody to believe them, like how would they do it in this day and age? Would it be through like Netflix? Is this show what that is? Is it preparing us? Would they start tweeting at us? Would they have run for president? Like, what would it be? What would it look like? You know,
Yeah.
it's weird to think about.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Messiah is a cool show that I think is on.
I don't think any of us can top that, like, answer and everything.
I mean, that's generally when I speak.
Yeah.
You know?
whatever
Oh,
you-
dang, true.
All right, FARAS.
100 episodes of FARAS. My
First of all,
headphones just
fix your
came
mic.
out.
Fix your mic.
Yeah, fix your mic, bro. I can only...
What happened?
Something screwed up. Now I can only hear on one side.
Yeah.
I can't hear myself at all.
Okay.
I screwed up something.
I'm probably going to say Stranger Things. You know, it's a nice, you know, little kid show. Or kids, and you feel like
What's
you're in the
wrong with you,
80s.
little
And
kids?
Why is that when you fix your headphone, mine just got fixed?
Really?
he fixed that. Or no, I
No,
don't know.
it's just that. Okay, anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good now.
But yeah, Stranger Things.
Because it's a little kids show?
No, it's not a little kid show. It's like it's for adults too, but like it makes you feel. It puts you in that zone where you're like, wow, I feel like a kid again. And so
Oh, like it's a nostalgic type of feel.
yeah,
Cool.
Must watch. I don't watch a lot of things on Netflix, so I'm not
okay,
really
Miss
sure.
Productivity right here.
No, that's not
Say,
at all
I'm
what it
just
is.
joking.
I waste my time on other apps. I don't have the attention span for stuff. Must watch. Like, I think that it was cool seeing Little Things on there. It's like a brown couple that live in India. I wouldn't say it's a must watch. The Last OG. I'm just gonna go with my original answer. Go watch that
Is
show.
that even on Netflix?
It is on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
I want to watch that Aaron Hernandez documentary.
I already
heard that's
watched
really
it.
good. You watched it?
Yeah, it was really
Was it
good.
good?
Is that a
I'm gonna
must
check it
watch?
out.
I would say it's a must watch.
There you go. There's your answer. I don't watch too
I
many
didn't
things
think
on
that,
Netflix.
but I'm saying that first of all, screw you. Second of all, no, I was saying like a show that's just a documentary. It only has 3 episodes.
It's still a show?
It's not a show.
3 episodes is a show?
Oh my god.
Okay, next question. What is your best childhood memory and also advice on graduating college? Okay.
Don't ask me that.
2 different things.
Childhood to my favorite childhood memory and graduating to college. What the heck?
So when I was like 3, my parents walked in to my preschool class with a Barney cake, and I don't know why. That's like a very like happy memory for me.
Gross.
Barney cake. Wow.
It was so cute. I loved Barney till I was 9.
Amber.
I did.
Grow up.
I know, my mom said that to me when I got Barney from
9?
Blockbuster. I was 9 years old, and I remember specifically I was at Blockbuster. My brothers are picking out other movies, and I go pick up a Barney movie, and my mom's like, "You're too old for this. Like, you need to do something else." And I was like, "Mama, it says up till 10 on
Amber,
the showcase."
People graduate at 9.
Graduate what? Graduate
College.
What? Relax.
There's some kids that like graduate college
Yeah, what the
when
heck?
they're 9.
Oh, and then they might still be watching Barney. Who knows?
No, they're not.
Okay, well, leave me alone. I just said,
Yeah.
But I was like 3 when that happened.
You have a favorite childhood memory?
Yeah, for me, it was when I was like 7 or 6 or something. Like, everyone's getting like GameCubes out of my friends, like, friend group. And I kept like telling my parents, I want a GameCube. And they're like, nah. I want a GameCube, nah. And so then I was like doing all these chores and stuff just to like, get on their bright side or whatnot.
Bright side.
Yeah. And so
the
then
dark side and the bright side.
And so then my dad's like, hey, he brought in groceries, and then they're in the car, and he was like, go get the groceries. And I was like, all right, fine. I get the groceries, and there's a GameCube
There it is.
Yeah.
right there. And I was like, I love my parents.
What if they were like, that's not yours?
That's not yours. But I was like the happiest kid. I was like, what?
Or what if it was one of those like cube watermelons? You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever seen a cube watermelon?
That'd be crazy.
That's cool though. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I don't have a.
But on the flip side, a couple of years before that, my parents bought me a PS2, and then I was like, "Hey, I saw this kid riding like a little."
You had a PS2 and a GameCube?
Listen, and there's this kid. He was driving an RC car.
Why you look like Donald Trump? Hand motions.
Listen.
It gets good.
There's this kid.
Real juicy.
Leave him alone.
There's this kid who's driving an RC car outside, and I told my parents, "Hey, I want that RC car." They're like, "You're gonna have to return the PS2." I was like, "Okay," and they returned the PS2,
then
and
you
I
the
never
RC
got
car?
never got that RC car.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Wait,
That your parents
Did
are
you ever say to them like, "Why didn't
Gangster
I get
for
it?"
that.
Like,
Yeah, I was like, why didn't I get it? They're like, oh, they kept moving it along, and
they're like, "Oh, we're gonna get it." We're
I'm
gonna
Yeah.
get
so
it.
glad.
yeah.
You deserve, like, can I get a PS2? Can I get an RC car? Can I get a GameCube? Shut up. We're
No,
going to
but-
return this.
but-
You're not going to get the RC car.
No, they
Get a cube
that
watermelon.
was a fair trade-off. Okay, yes, you can have it, but you have to return it.
You asked too much.
What?
I didn't ask enough. I would just ask like for
Spoiled.
big things, like
Spoiled.
not small things.
Yeah, there we go.
I have like a childhood memory or memory in general. I'll just go with the second part. Advice on graduating college. Easy. Focus on the finish line.
It's a numbers game.
That's it. That's my advice. If that's what you desire to do, right? You didn't say, how do I learn this in college, or how do I get a career that I want, and any of that. You said,
Frost,
how do I
these
focus
people
on?
have very limited space to type in these questions.
Are you saying that they have limited capacity in their brains?
No, limited capacity to type.
Because I think
They probably have a lot.
Hold on. Wait,
a very detailed
They
question.
could have asked a multi-part question.
Excuse me, one second. What does that say right there?
What?
What does that say? What are you pointing at?
That's the wrong story. The one that I posted on the Strange Flavors, it said at the bottom, if yours is long, feel free to DM us. Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
true.
maybe
But
they
she's-
didn't do that one.
Listen. Okay. My focus also in college was to get something out of it, but also finish. Right. I was like, how do I finish this thing so I can focus? And the thing is, you have to focus on how many. Like, you have to do your own work, figure out what are the credits I need. How am I gonna get this thing done? When is the finish line? Because every semester I would feel at the beginning like, oh my god, this is gonna take forever, it's gonna be so hard. And when it was over, oh my god, it felt like it was a breeze. I was like, how did this go by that fast? It's already done. And when you remember that feeling, you'll get done faster.
Dang.
You guys have any advice? or
It's a numbers game.
numbers?
I would say that once I realized the formula graduate, it was a lot easier, which was figure out again how many credits and how many classes you need to take. And then from the first day, I started figuring out exactly how many points it would need for me to get an A. And then I did everything I could to get those points.
Dang.
And then from that point on, college was a breeze.
Did you like kiss up to your professors?
I would go and I would like.
I kissed my professor.
Oh.
Oh, you said kiss up? Oh.
Was it a
What?
female? Male?
Female?
Why are you judging?
I'm not. I'm just asking.
Just curious.
It was both.
Like the teacher
I
was
kissed them
both?
all.
Or
I kissed them all. Yeah, no, I would
That's
go
good.
and I'd like make friends with the teachers on the first. I'd get on their bright side and I'd let them know like I have ADHD. So you know if you are sitting in
Oh.
one
That's
place,
something you tell somebody?
sympathy.
that's no. I would
Sympathy. I was like,
no. I would go to them and I would say if I'm not.
should say that.
I was like if I'm not looking at you and I'm not paying attention to you, I'm an audio listener and I have ADHD, so I can glaze over very quickly. So if literally it helped. What?
Like people could like literally have some sort of issue and then they tell Shamir
I should have said
imagine
that.
Shamir as a professor. Sympathy points, huh? Someone's like in a wheelchair, they come like, hey, I need to sit in the
Yo,
front because it's
relax.
gonna be hard. Shamir's like, sympathy? Does that affect you?
That was my actual problem.
Shamir's
though.
canceled as a professor.
As a professor, as a student.
as everything.
No, not as a
You're
student.
canceled. Okay, can we move on? I'm tired of answering
Yeah,
this.
okay. Shamir, read the next one.
What are 3 things individual you would like to accomplish in your lifetime?
Jeez.
So 3 things each? No, let's just do one thing, right?
Yeah, one thing.
Yeah.
In my lifetime, I want to be able to help as many people as I am able to, whether it be physically, on an educational level, or on a resource level. I think if you are able to assist other people, you are serving, like you're helping other people accomplish their purpose in the process of getting to yours. So that's not like, if you think like when I get to this stage, I'm going to help people, I think that's like the wrong way to do it. I think while you're working on yourself or whatever, and you're able to help people, and helping people doesn't mean like, oh, you have to change everything about you and you have to like start donating tons of money or something. It's simple as volunteering your time, even meeting up with somebody and helping them with something that they have going on in whatever way. I think that goes a long way. So
Yeah.
that's like what I can think of right now that makes me
You,
look
Shani?
good.
You want to go, Amber?
No, I want you to go.
You can go.
No, I want you to go.
No, I don't know what to say yet. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm just doing PR over here, you know?
Yeah.
Makes
Okay.
me look good.
Sure. Nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
I would say I was hoping you guys would cover like the career and like life outside aspect.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
And-
still could.
Yeah, and so I was gonna say the one for me would be like having kids. Like I really want to have kids and like have a family.
True.
So that would be one thing that I would like to accomplish is like raising a family, growing a family.
Cute.
Yeah, I just like to, I don't know, build something for my family and friends where we can help people, entertain people.
No, you can't. No, listen. He already did the helping people.
What do I
did
say?
the family. You
I
have to.
don't know.
You have to do like personal success.
Personally, I want to be the richest person in the world and create everything.
Wow.
And have the biggest business in the world
Wow.
and steal everyone's money.
Well,
Ooh.
that's Elon
And-
Musk, so it's already been done.
I'm gonna do it bigger and badder.
There you
and,
go.
And stronger.
Wow. We are a well balanced team. Moving on.
So you just made Shamir look selfish for no reason.
That's fine.
I like the direction you started going in the beginning when you said, I want to build something for my friends and I thought it was going to be like some sort of like resource or like community or something like that, like a facility,
It sounded like he
it
was
could
figuring
be.
out as he was talking.
like a
Like-
fantasy factory.
Sort of like that, yeah. Like where entertainment's being made, like helping people,
Or like an
resource
estate.
wise, like an estate, yeah.
Oh.
And then
Like,
like,
a Team 10 house.
sort of,
Okay, well
But-
that is personal success though.
yeah.
No,
and,
but it's also
and
like,
then, like,
with
have-
his friends and family
like
and
have
anyone
all,
else.
like all of us or whatever, just like in there,
Mhm.
and we like do these crazy things every day that helps
True.
people or makes content or whatever. That'd be
And
cool.
have fun.
And you guys are gonna pay for it. So if you want, you can donate to our Kickstarter to build SHAH-AMEER's estate. He just said build. He didn't say he was gonna
It's
pay
not
for
my
it.
estate. It's our estate.
No, but you're the one that's building it. We're just gonna watch.
Am I building it? Like I'm
Like
By hand?
physical, like brick to brick.
I'm
cement.
down. I'm down if you guys are down.
Cement.
Like if you guys would actually like
That'd
be
be
part of
a
it.
pretty boring vlog. Actually, I was gonna say it was gonna be a fun vlog, but that'd be pretty boring.
To build a house.
Oh,
That would be
a
incredible.
time. I mean, if we from beginning
we
to
were
end.
watching
sure.
videos of them building
Yeah, that's
stuff in
true.
there.
Yeah, we're currently like
Yeah.
literally building a mosque from scratch, pretty much, and it's so much fun.
You already documenting it?
No, I should, right?
You should, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I took a time lapse yesterday of like us kicking out like a bunch of debris and stuff from the top, and there was like this door that wasn't fitting through the window,
Yeah.
and then we were trying to push it, and then I just kicked it, and the window broke.
Whoa.
Good job. So now you
So-
just cause the mosque to pay more money.
Good.
Just good.
Okay, this is the last one. Oh no, we have two more, and then we're done. It says, "Hey man, I was wondering, what do you do with your hair to keep it so thick?
Thick.
I'm trying to grow my hair out. Just wanted to know your routine."
Why'd you put in a personal question?
It can't-
Nobody asked for this. Nobody asked.
Why did you ask the question?
So some people like to reply,
And
Frost,
we've gotten
isn't
this
this your-
question like 80 times.
Frost,
And
isn't-
you're like, I don't do anything.
Wait,
That's
Frost,
the answer. I don't do anything.
isn't this account your Finsta? You're
my
faking?
Finsta.
Yeah, he sent this own question about himself. Frost, why'd
How's
you
this
send
a
it?
Finsta? It's
why
on
did-
my account. It's not a Finsta account.
No, this is your
The
account.
last question, and this question.
account, this is you, and you sent it into Strange Flavors.
Oh.
You had a question about yourself.
Yeah, because I'm just like, yo, what's your routine? Give it away.
Just so you
I
can
have
say
a- I
nothing.
have a real thing
so
to
you
say
can
this
make
time.
it seem like it's effortless.
I have a real thing to say this time.
What is it?
Because this is not about how do you, because people usually ask like, how do you style it, do this and that. This is how do you keep it thick.
Okay.
I've never been asked that before. How do you
Okay.
keep it thick?
Eat collard greens. Sorry.
Don't use conditioner.
Really?
That's
I
actually-
just started using it. Like I would never
Well,
use
you
it.
need
I don't
it.
think that's for everybody though.
Okay.
I don't think conditioner.
What does conditioner do? Like it
Makes
I
it
feel like it
silky
makes
and-
it silky and thin and like
It makes it limpier, but you have dyed hair, so you need conditioner.
so. I just like
That's pretty good advice. Sometimes when I want my hair to look thick, I won't use conditioner.
yeah. I don't do it to make it look thick. I just don't like the feeling of conditioner.
Okay, so that's okay. All right.
But that's the result.
result.
Yeah, which I found out. Okay. Last one. You want it?
Sure. If you had a Netflix TV show of the Ting Squad and you guys, what would you make about the show? What would you make the show about? Would you ever consider making a show on Netflix? What would you name it?
Okay,
Oh,
so this person's saying the Ting Squad as in like our group of friends.
Yeah.
If we had a Netflix show, what would it be about and what would you name it? So would it be a
have to-
reality show or would it be like a
like
whatever we want to make
Pono,
it?
but like on steroids?
Yeah, I think. Well, my answer would be like the vlogs on steroids.
Yeah.
Like just well
Vlogs
professional
times David Dobrik.
and like
Like when like Loiter Squad
sort of yeah.
or like when Mac
But,
Miller
like-
started doing that show?
But Loader Squad is kind of like skits and stuff. I would love to do that,
Yeah.
but I don't know if the whole squad is down to do that. But something like kind of fabricated reality, but with skits, maybe do some stuff in public.
I think I would love that. Like you know how Loiter Squad or SNL or Dave Chappelle or Key and Peele.
Yeah.
You get to dress up and
Yeah,
act
yeah.
as something different every time for different skits, and
Yeah.
then they're all combined into like an episode.
Yeah.
And every episode is like that. Like that sounds fun to me.
Yeah.
But on the real note, I think what would be beneficial and what would make a culturally significant moment would be having a brown show, a brown sitcom. So like The Fresh Prince or like Modern Family or something like that, but using a South Asian family living in America, but experiencing as is. So like the kids are like second generation. There's like a grandma living in the house and she's totally just like
so is
cultural.
the second generation being like our kids then?
Yeah.
Okay.
The parents are like, like have built this environment and kind of like our parents, like the story of what it's like to come from that culture and experience having that mindset, but also adapting to American life set, and then going through all this sort of awkward situations and problems that you have with that, and like make it as modern as possible so that people can relate to it. I feel like that would be cool because I don't think we have a show like that.
Well,
No.
that's a cute idea. A brown Fresh Prince. I like it.
Me.
Are you done?
Actually, I think it should be a girl. The main person should be a girl, I think.
So then me.
No, well, not you, because
Yeah, I'm canceling the show. It's like-
I want to be the dad in it. Who
Okay.
just says no to everything.
Do you have an answer? Gossip Girl,
I would
but
say-
with our squad.
No, I would say like
A cute show. That like we all are like cute penguins,
and
and
we just
and,
like,
like,
walk around.
we wear cool stuff,
Waddle.
and we have like $1 trillion budget.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And we
like
get to
Keeping
do
Up with the
whatever we want.
Kardashians.
That's a
Brown
reality show.
style.
We should have a reality show.
We should. Okay, you know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna say that. Keep Up with the Kardashians, but like Pink Squad. So like Brooke style, but like still making
Sick,
it work.
bro.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, that's the last question. Thank you guys for sending in all of those, and this was an 1.5-hour episode, just like Amber didn't want it to be.
Yeah, but this was good. We kept it spicy.
We told you it was going to be that.
Yeah.
We said that.
Okay,
She's like, I don't listen to any podcast
well,
over an hour,
guys-
even if it's our own.
Guys, just let us know on our social media. Like, what is your time preference? Do you like when we have it this long? Do you like when it's 45 minutes? Do you like when it's an hour and 10? Like, let us know because we had a little.
Do you think it's fun making an 1.5-hour podcast?
I think it's fun for us.
That's all that matters, I think, personally.
Then other people will have fun.
Yeah.
If you're listening right now,
And you're a real one.
you're a real
And
one.
you're
You're a
having
real
fun.
one. You're at the hour
You're
and
telling
31
them
mark.
you're having the fun. Well, we're always having the fun on this podcast. Thank you guys so much for helping us
For 100
reach
episodes.
this amazing milestone.
Thank you.
100 episodes and all the views and all the comments. Keep it up. Make sure you stay interacting with us. Keep up with our social media at Strange Flavors on everything. Write to us. Send us your music or your friends' music. And yeah, again, just we are really happy that you guys are enjoying what we've been doing, and we're happy to
Facts.
continue making it for you as long as you enjoy it.
Yes.
Facts.
This has been our 100th episode of Strange Flavors. It's been another week.
Another flavor.
A little less stranger.
Ooh,
I tried.
sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
We'll talk to you next time.
Ser du en öss, att en öss, har ett fass, huset fast. Skåpstopp, du når business, egen dödskatt. Med vård och bokbalan, röd, 100% så nästan.
Ik drop dimes.